Arsenal 0, Chelsea 2. Yes, people, why football, and welcome back to Arsenal Reviews. Now, I went to this football game, so this review, I am going to tell you what I saw. I watched every single player. I didn't see what the Sky Sports camera pick up when they pick up a segment of the game. I watched the full game, all the players' movements, so this review is coming straight from the heart and straight from seeing the whole match. Boys, I am worried. Let me start actually by saying well done to Chelsea. They deserved it. They outclassed us. I flipping hate the club. I hate the club, I hate the fans, I hate everything about them, but they deserve this victory today. So well done to Chelsea. And if you're an Arsenal, Chelsea or neutral fan, let me know down in the comment section down below your thoughts of the game. And while you're down there, please consider subscribing on my road to 600. So yes, I am extremely worried. Alarm bells are ringing in my head as a Gooner. This is more worried than I've ever been as an Arsenal fan. Now I'm 19 years old and it's the most worried I've been. This is Wenger, Ljungberg, Arteta, Unai Emery. I am worried. We were thoroughly outclassed today. It's not just we got beat, we got outclassed by every single department, Every single player for player, we got outclassed by Chelsea. Player for player. And this wasn't even Chelsea's best squad. They didn't have Kante starting. He came on, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't starting. Player for player got outclassed. The stats are split screen with me. Look at those stats. If anyone showed you those stats, you would not think Arsenal are playing. A name of Arsenal Football Club, one of the biggest clubs in England, got absolutely dominated. Now, our home form was atrocious last season, don't get me wrong. But I kind of gave us the leeway of, look, fans weren't there, so it was basically neutral. This is disgusting to perform like that in front of our home fans. Waited 1.5 years for these fans on social media. Oh, we can't wait to have the fans back. Can't wait to have the fans back. Can't wait to have them back for what? To boo you lot. What was that? There might as well have not been fans in the building. The excitement before the game. I arrived 1.5 hours before. Literally everyone was clapping, ready, clapped as the boys came out, clapped as the lineups came out, the chants were going, everything. Then they scored within 15 minutes, Lukaku. The new signing, of course. Literally can't deal with powerful players. Literally bullied Pablo Mari all game long. Then they score number 2 and it was coming. The ball's going out to Reece James the whole time because Tierney kept bombing forwards, spacing behind. We cannot deal with teams that play 5 at the back. We cannot, as a forward back. We're not good enough to play 4 at the back. They scored, made it 2-0 and it was like a pin could drop. The tension was so much in the Emirates. As soon as Chelsea went 2-0, it was just depleted. I could only hear Chelsea chants. I could not hear a single Arsenal chant. We booed at halftime. We booed at full time. Where does Arteta? Where does Edu? Where does Kroenkes go from here? Where's anyone with some kind of role in this football club go from there? The Kroenkes can't complain and say Chelsea are a better football club than us. Anyone logically could say Chelsea are a better football club than us. Kroenkes can't fall on that. Because before they came to this club, don't get me wrong, us and Chelsea were level. If not, we were better than Chelsea. And they've come now, 10 years down the line, whatever, and now Chelsea are better than us. You can't say Chelsea, they're a better football team. That's your fault then, mate. That's your fault as the owners of this club. That's your fault as the director of this club. You can't say the other team's better than us when we were level before you joined. You're at fault for the decline. Don't just then use it as an excuse. So yeah, honestly, we did not like scoring. We couldn't buy a goal, man. We could not buy a goal in front of the North Bank. We couldn't buy a goal in front of the clock end. We could not buy a goal either side. Honestly, our best player was probably Leno. He was scuffy at one point, but he pulled an absolute worldie of a save to deny Lukaku. But even then, stopped the cross, man. So I'm going to go through the game quickly because I was just a run off the bat. Honestly, I could run for an hour long because the performance was atrocious from Arsenal. So we actually started a bit on the front foot. Like the first 5 minutes, we were the ones starting the attacks, playing the ball around nicely. But then Chelsea got into it and they dominated, man. They dominated the ball, they dominated the shots, they dominated the attempts, they dominated everything. They dominated every single part of us, and they eventually did score. Found its way out to the right wing. They just seemed to. Tierney could not get forward and get back in time. That's what I'm saying. We need to play a 5-back right now. We have not got the players to play a 4-back. We need a new manager or we need a new system. Arteta is stubborn. He sticks to his system, man. Pablo Mari and Rob Holding cannot defend as a 2. They cannot. If Christensen, Azpilicueta and Rudiger can't defend as 2 of them and they have to defend in a 3, what makes you think that those 2 can defend as a back 2? Because we got exposed down the wings. Reece James and Alonso had an absolute field day on the wings. Absolute field day. Reece James whips it in, I think, and then, or it might have been Mount or Havertz, I can't remember, and Lukaku got an absolute tap-in. Leno maybe could have stopped the cross, but then he has to stop the shot at the same time. It's a fault of the centre-backs, Rob Holding and Mari, to stop the goals, and they didn't. And both of them picked up yellow cards early. They then scored a second goal. Again, switch out to Reece James in a field of space, had the whole of the Emirates, and literally just bangs it top bins. I didn't see replays. I don't know if Leno had the chance, but I'm just gonna say he didn't because it went top bins. Celebrates in front of the Arsenal crowd again. Holds up the Chelsea badge. Bottles thrown at him. Whatever. Nothing to stop. It was just, oh my god, awful, awful, awful. Come out second half, and don't get me wrong, we looked a bit better in the second half, but there's no urgency at this football club. No urgency whatsoever. Awful, awful, awful stuff. We couldn't score. We never looked like scoring. Even when we were attacking, Chelsea looked more like they could score than us on the counter. How does that make any sense? How can you be the attacking side and the team defending look more of a threat than you? The whole game. Like, look at the stats. So obviously 6 shots at home. 35% possession at home. Even in Wenger's worst days, we did better than this. Can anyone defend Mikel Arteta? It's 2 games in, I'd sack him. I'd sack him after 2 games because another manager can do better. Is he the sole responsible for this club? No, he's not solely responsible for the fault of this club. But he's definitely a share of it. You're telling me Conte won't do better than this? You're telling me anyone wouldn't do better than this? 6 shots, 3 on target all game. Chelsea, 22 shots. They almost had 4 times our shots as the away team. 4 times our shots. We just got absolutely bodied literally every facet of the game. Both our centre-backs got yellow cards early. Poor. We've signed all these players, but we signed all these potential players. None of them help the team right now. Ben White couldn't even play COVID. We had a lot of players missing. So what, man? You still have players on the pitch that can make something happen. Tavares, backup. Lokonga, he was bought as a backup. Sure, he started today, but he was bought as a backup. That was his primary. That was the primary reason we bought him, a backup to Thomas Partey, because Partey's always injured. Surprise, he's injured today. Honestly, Odegaard couldn't even get signed in time. You have one job to register the geezer in time. Friday midday, register him. Can't even do that in time. Chelsea bought Lukaku for £97 million or whatever it was, and literally got the deal done in a week. And we couldn't register Odegaard before Friday, man. Before Friday. Neither could we do Aaron Ramsdale. I'm going to go through the player ratings now because I just need to call this video to an end because it is absolutely awful. Awful. No one even got the prediction right, man. We just got absolutely bopped. Leno, I'm going to give him a 6. He was probably one of our better players. Spilled it a couple of times. Couldn't really be at fault for the goals. And then he pulled off absolute world to deny Lukaku. Tierney, I'm going to give him a 5. Was not his best game whatsoever and actually got subbed off as he was injured. Pablo Mari, I'm giving him a 3. Got absolutely bodied by Lukaku all game. Got a couple of nice tackles, but honestly, his win percentage against Lukaku must have been sub 30%. Holding, also give a 3. He missed an absolute sitter of a chance of Pablo Mari heading it back into him and he just headed it wide. Honestly, my nan could have scored that, so I give him a 3. Cedric, also a 3. Had no actual kind of implication on the game. Forgot he was playing. Lokonga, I'll give him a 6. Played well. Nice turns, but just wasn't enough. Xhaka next to him 5. You're meant to be the leader. You were the captain to lead the team out. Didn't act like it whatsoever. Bukayo Saka also a 5. Didn't do much at all. Like, I know he's young. And the Chelsea fans, by the way, Chelsea fans booed him, yeah, and they're racist scum, some of them, in the stands. Because I don't know why they're booing Bukayo Saka after. I know he missed a penalty, but why? Every other club clapped him, and some of those Chelsea fans, not all of them, but some of them were racist because they were booing him, man. He does not deserve that. Emil Smith-Rowe at Cam. You know what? Not one of his best games as well. I'll give him a 5. Tried to make something happen, couple of neat turns, but you definitely need Odegaard back in the team at some point. Pepe 4, offside a couple of times off a goal kick. You look down the whole line how you offside. Did nothing all game. And Gabriel Martinelli a 4 because he barely touched the football. The subs, Aubameyang came on, barely thought he was playing, to be honest. He had one turn shot, that was it. I'll give him a 4. Balogun came on, 4 as well. Poor, no link-up play whatsoever, no threat. Nuno Tavares I'll give a 6. He actually looked a bit threatening. Did more than Pepe did. And Nuno Tavares only had about 15 minutes. He was actually bombing up, doing something. But yeah, that's just been the player ratings. Awful result. Arsenal lose 2-0 to Chelsea at home in the Emirates. Let me know what you thought of the game in the comment section down below. That was just my opinion on it. Going to the game and seeing what happened. I've been Mindful. Make sure you subscribe if you're new until my road to 600. I'll catch you guys in the next video.